Hello YouTube, Brian Tubbs coming at you with another video. Today I'm going to be just unboxing my new Weldpro Tig AC DC 200 GD welder. I basically bought this to kind of replace my my Lincoln Tig 200. I've had it for quite a while now, probably about almost 4 years. Beautiful welder. I mean, it welds just beautifully. But the problem I have with it is it just sucks argon. Absolutely terrible in argon. But other than that, I mean, it's just smooth, it's quiet. I mean, the pedal action is spot on. I mean, the settings are good. I mean, it has a flexible head torch on it. I mean, the whole nine. Just beautiful welder. I mean, I love Lincoln. I have a Lincoln 140 MIG and flux core welder. I have the Lincoln Tig 200. And on the other side I have the Harris oxyacetylene cutting torches, which is Harris is a part of Lincoln as well. I bought a Weldpro MIG. I think it's the MIG 240. It's the MIG 210 LCD. Nice welder. I bought it from my welding supply house, which is not far from here, about 5 minutes from here. I bought the Tig 200 from there as well, and I bought this Lincoln MIG from another person, another location. But I had this constant issues with having to go and get more argon for the TIG welder. I mean, it's like every 3 or 4 days I was running over to the welding supply to get a new bottle. My bottles are, you know, tall, and so that welder is just blowing through argon. Like I've said in previous videos, if I'm welding around 65, 70 amps, the post flow on the argon is about between 12 and 15 seconds. And that's a lot. That's just burning through. So I can't control pre-flow and I can't control post flow. The only settings it has on it is like pulse. What does this thing have? It has a pulse, it has an AC balance, AC frequency. You can also stick well with it. Like I said, it's just a wonderful welder. But I will say, when I first bought it, after using it, I mean, it's pushing it. It went out after about not even almost a year, but not quite a year. I was welding one day and the arc just went out, and called the welding supply house, and they told me to bring it in and they would ship it to a location close to Detroit called North Point Repair. North Point repairs all welders, plasma cutters, all that stuff. So I didn't want to ship it because I needed it back as fast as I could. So I boxed it up, put it into my Jeep, and drove it down. It was only about 45 minutes from here. So I drove it down and I told them I needed it because that was the only TIG welder I had. And so they said that they would get to it as soon as they could. So a couple days later they called me and said that the board blew out. And they said it was not uncommon because the boards Lincoln used for the welders were some Mexico made bore. So the bores that they made to replace it, I don't know if it was made in Mexico or where, they said it was where, it was a much better purpose-built board for that machine. So they put that board in, and it's been about 3.5 years now, and I haven't had any more issues with it. But they said when Lincoln came out with it, I don't know if they knew the bores were suspect, but they were trying to keep the cost of that welder down so that just about anybody could afford to get into the TIG welding side of things without having to spend, you know, $3,000-$4,000 to get in. Although that's when I purchased this welder about 4 years ago, the price was $12.99. When it came on the market, the price was $12.99. So I jumped on it. Now the price is $24.99. I mean, the last I checked, as of a month ago, it might be $25.99 now. But the price just skyrocketed on that welder. It's very popular. A lot of people are buying it, but they don't know the downside of it, which being the argon. I mean, you might save a little bit of money on the purchase of the welder, but you're going to make it up when you start buying argon every week, especially if you weld like we do here. It's just a constant push. So that was really the only reason I went and bought a new TIG welder, was because of the argon issue. I mean, I've did research. I even called Lincoln to ask them if they had a fix or a solution for the argon issue, and they were saying no, the settings were fine. Yeah, I'm sure it's fine for them because they're not spending the money on the argon. But then I spoke with a couple guys at the welding supply, and they were saying put a solenoid on it. So when I came off of the trigger, off of the pedal, the argon would basically just stop flowing out. I mean, it was a cool solution until you think through the solution. Okay, so when I hit the solenoid, which is on the end of my torch, the argon is still housed in that torch. Just this backup of argon. So as soon as I hit that pedal, all that argon is going to just rush out, and then it's going to continue flowing as I, strike the arc. So that wasn't a fix. The fix needed to be done on the inside of the machine, but the way they put this thing together, it is not really much you can do with it other than run back and forth to your supply house, getting argon. And my thing is, I'm lucky or blessed, as I said, that my supply house is only less than 10 minutes from here. I can just get in my car, go over there and get it. I'll be back home in 20-25 minutes at the most. That's if I'm slowing around. But a lot of guys live out in the country somewhere. They can't be spending 2-3 hours running to a supply house, getting argon and coming back home. They can't afford to do that. So Lincoln, you guys failed on that one. Everything else about it, I love it. There's not a lot of control you have over it. Like this has peak on time, off time, pre and post flow argon. I mean, it has everything on it. That has very little. It has, like I say, 3 or 4 different settings you can put on it, and that's about it. So that's how I came to this guy. I bought the Weldpro, the LCD 210. I think it was last year, early last year, or year before, late year before, or early last year. I think it was. Actually, it was the year before, because I bought it like in November, because I was making some really big pieces, and I didn't want to have to get in there trying to TIG it, so I went and bought this one. And the guys at the supply house saying that people that buy them just love them. Very few issues with them. The only issue I had with this one was the nut backed off when I had my wire spool on. The nut backed off. I guess I didn't have it on tight enough or whatever. And so I got a bird cage in there, but it wasn't a big deal because the wire was just about gone anyway. And I was using a 2-pound roll, which is just a small roll of wire. And so when that nut came loose, this slid off and slid outward and it kind of just backed off and all this wire came off. So what I use now is the 11-pound spool of wire. So this is your 2-pound, this is your 11-pound. So when I put this on there, and even if the nut tries to back off, it can't back off because the door has it closed and it's locked in and the wire won't come off. But that was my fault. I didn't have the nut on there properly. And another thing is, with spools of wire, you get 2 pounds or 11 pounds. This 2-pound, this is aluminum wire. Probably cost maybe $18 to $20 or something like that for this. This guy, on the other hand, was about $45. But think about it. This is 11 pounds. I mean, this is 2 pounds for almost $20. This is 11 pounds for $40-some. So if I get 2 of these, I'm already close to what I paid for this. So if I get 2 of these, I have 4 pounds for $40-some, whereas this 11 pounds for $40-some. So if you guys can, when you're buying wire, you start doing a lot of production work or, you know, artwork, big pieces, whatever, go with the 11-pound spools, not this, because this is just a ripoff. And before the problem is with these, I used to use this 2-pound a lot. I wouldn't check the inside of my welder to see where I was as far as how much wire I had left. So on the weekend, I'll run out, the spool will go empty. And then the supply house closed on Saturday at 12, and it's usually in the evening on Saturday or on Sunday when I'm out and I have a show to do coming up or something like that, or it's a commission piece or whatever, and the supply house is closed. So now what I have to do, I used to either have to go to Lowe's or Home Depot or Menards. Their prices almost, at Home Depot, they sell Lincoln wire. That Lincoln wire is almost twice the price, or maybe, I don't know, $10 more than what I get at the supply house for a 2-pound spool. So what I do is I just buy an 11-pound spool, and I'll know that I can get, you know, a lot more distance out of this than I can with this little thing. So when you guys start buying wire, if you're going to be using a MIG gun, a MIG welder, get 11-pound spools. So what I'm going to do now is just go ahead and open this box and see what goodies we have inside. I've heard nothing but good things about this welder. I'm not going to fire it up today. I'm just going to open it up and see what's in here. But in talking to the guy that gets all the supplies, he's a buyer. His name is Mike. He was telling me that Weldpro is about to have a price increase. So he told me to go ahead and buy it when I did, just to beat the increase. And what they're going to do is increase the price, but cut down somewhat on the value of the torch inside of the box. Whether that's going to come to pass or not, I don't know for sure. But again, this is the Weldpro Tig HCDC 200 GD. The thing I like about this torch, really, I mean, I I like the price, but the price wasn't what really got me to buy the welder. The thing that got me to buy the welder is the torch. The torch is by CK Worldwide, who makes, for the most part, excellent products. It's a flexible head torch. If I can get this thing out of here. Torch is flexible head. Feels good in my hand at the store. And again, it's CK Worldwide. All right, this is the first time I've had this out of the box. I've not opened it. I bought this 3.5 months ago. And we've been so busy that I haven't even had a chance to unbox it. So it's been sitting by the door for 3 months, actually more than 3 months now. I ran over to the store to buy it. I was gonna come home, put it all together, and start welding with it to save on argon. But we were so busy that I didn't get a chance to do it. So here it is, it's just been sitting here. This box with all the goodies in it. Wow. I've been waiting on this. A nice box. The box is comparable to Lincoln's box as far as packaging and sturdiness. It's heavy, nice and heavy. And I bought a new cart for it. I was going to take my Lincoln, put it back in this box, and just store it away. But I love the thing so much I couldn't do it. I had to leave it out. I have to at least be able to look at it. Now the thing is too, I'm going to use this and just see how I like, see how it feels. I've heard really good things about it and all that kind of stuff. But I love that Lincoln. It's just so smooth. So I mean, one day I might just be in here welding, and I might just want to go back to Lincoln for a little while just to weld up some stainless or whatever. I don't know. I can't put it away because it's such a nice welder. It's not the welder's fault that the manufacturer screwed it up. It's their fault. So here we go. So this is the instruction manual for it. I'm really anxious to fire this baby up, because I got to take my time, get everything in right. All right. See what we have here. And this outlet here, yeah, I put that outlet in specifically for this welder. You know, I needed another outlet on this side, because most of my outlets are on that side and over there, my 220 outlets. So what I had to do was plug my welders in over there, and oftentimes when I'm welding something big, I'll do it in this location here. So I would have to, and you guys can't see it, but these welders set up on like a 4-inch kind of, it's a 4-inch height differentiation between this floor and where they sit. So it's not easy for me to just roll it off of there. And over here, I have to roll it down this 4-inch drop off and then get it over here. So normally I just leave it sitting up there, so I don't have to deal with that, because these welders and everything I have on them are not light. So I needed to put a plug over here. I was just so busy and lazy in a sense that I just wouldn't do it. But when I went and bought this welder, I said I'm gonna put it on this side of the floor area. So when I'm welding something big, if I need to just get over here, I can do it. I can just weld it. And also I'll be welding on this table with it. But then with the Lincoln, if I want to do something on that side, or if my wife wants to use it, we're TIG welding something together, she can use that on that side. So that's what this plug is. This plug is really dedicated to this welder and the other Weldpro. I'll be doing more on this side. Okay, here we go. I want to look at the panel layout. So it's saying that, wow, there's a lot of stuff on here. So it's digital display meter. That's number one, digital display here. Number two, in here is your stick and TIG selector buttons. And then 3, move left selector menu button. Number 4 is down here. This is your 2T and 4T selector button, whether you want to use your pedal or a like a hand control. Number 5 is this button here, parameter adjustment knob. Press in the knob turning parameters is for coarse adjustment. Not pressed in is for fine tuning. And then number 6, which is up, where is that at? 6 is over here. It is a unit of parameter indicator light. And then number 7, right here is the abnormal indicator light. So if something's going wrong, you're over your duty cycle, whatever, that light will come on. And then number 8, that's the remote control indicator light for your foot pedal or your handed pedal, if you will. Can't think of the word right now, but it's a hand control really. And then number 9 is move right selector menu button. So if I want to move to the right while I'm making adjustments here, I use this side. This side I move more to the left. On this side, it's DC TIG controls on this side for the most part. And on this side in the green, it's for AC TIG. You have AC balance, AC frequency, and on this side you have peak amps, you have upslope, start amps, pre-flow, which is what I got the thing for in the first place, pre-flow, and post-flow. That's the key right there. If it didn't have those two, I would not even get the thing. It has pulse frequency, peak on time, base amps, peak amps, pulse TIG. Like I said, AC frequency, AC balance, down slope. So your up slope is here, your down slope is here, your starting amps is here, your end amps are here, pre-flow down here, post-flow over here. Jeez, Pete. Number 10 is your AC/DC selector button, which is here. And then 11 is your pulse, no pulse button in here. Jeez, Pete. It has everything on it. That, my TIG 200, it has pulse. It has the seconds. If I want 10 seconds per 10 pulses per minute or whatever, it's there. It has AC balance, electrode negative. It has AC frequency in hertz, AC Tig, DC Tig, and a stick setting. That's all it has. Everything else is supposedly built in to the thing. But I want to be able to control what I'm doing myself. I don't need for the manufacturer to tell me what I need to do. I want to do it myself. So, again, oh my goodness, look at all this. All this stuff they give you in this manual. I'm excited. There's another page of it. So they're giving you parameters so that if you don't know exactly what you're doing, you'll have a base parameter to go off of. So you're not just screwing the machine up, screwing your welds up. Wow, that's good within itself. So again, this is the Weldpro Tig AC/DC 200 GB. And I was talking to Mike over at the supply house, and he was saying that guys have gone from their Lincolns, Millers, ESOPs, they'll put them all aside and gone with these Weldpros. That's how good they are. So I'm gonna go ahead and set it on its new permanent home. Well, permanent for the most part. Let it get accustomed to this. It fits on there perfectly. So that goes there. I just bought this, the weld cart yesterday. I was going back and forth, whether I want to buy a new cart or, like I said, take the Lincoln, box it, put it away, and then use that cart for this one. Just couldn't do it. It's going to be hard going from that to this, just because I've been using it for so long, and it's like a part of me. I just hit the button, turn the argon on, set it at 65 or whatever, and just go, because I know what it's going to do. All right. Feels almost like Christmas. Let's see what's in here. See what goodies we have inside. Wow. This is it right here. This is the TIG torch, CK Worldwide. I bought the water because of the argon, pre-post. I bought it because the torch was CK Worldwide, and I bought it because it had a flexible torch head on it. Let me just show you guys. This is my Lincoln torch head, and I made a video not too long ago just kind of showing the flexibility of it. Now right now it's in this position. It's kind of laid, it's coming up and going out this way, because when I was welding last, which was just a couple days ago, I was welding something, I had it on an up angle and my hand was propped up, and I didn't want to have to curve my hand too much to get it, so I just took the torch head and just flexed it over and just fit perfectly. So with these heads, you just take them, you just bend them. That way, you can bend it up, that way, over. So if you guys get a TIG welder, whatever it is, see if you can get one with a flexible torch head on it. Other than that, it's just, if your head is stiff, you have to manipulate your hands and your arm to do everything. It's good when you can just take the torch, manipulate your torch, and just go. So with the CK Worldwide, you can see what this thing looks like. And as I was saying, Weldpro, in order to get their costs down, they're thinking about having to discontinue this welder with this torch, which I think will be a shame. Nice. It comes with the long rear cap, and it comes with a short cap. And I'm thinking the caps that I have for my Lincoln may even fit it, because I have this long cap, and I have this short cap with my Lincoln, and I have one that's in between. So when my tungsten is getting shorter, but it's not this short, I'll just put my other cap on, and it allows me to get into like little crevice areas easier. When I'm getting into like little small areas, because we do a lot of pieces where it has an opening in the center, I'll just take the small cap, put it on so I can get in there in tight areas. So that's nice that it came with that. So this is the torch. Flexible head, as you can see. Oh, that's nice. Now, my Lincoln, through this area, is a little bit narrower than this one. This has more girth to it, I guess. It's a little bit wider. So it might be a little bit more comfortable than this one, because this one is a little bit narrower. So I have to kind of squeeze my hands to get a little bit tighter to hold on to it. Normally, I like to hold on to it up here, or I hold it like this. But when I'm pushing 95, 100 amps, 120 amps, whatever, this gets really hot up here. So I have to move my hand further down, and then I'm kind of having to deal with this narrower part down here. Whereas with this one, it's wider, so I won't have to squeeze as hard to control the torch. So I'll do another review after I get it, fired up and get everything going, and I'll let you guys know what it is. Now the torch, this torch, it has a CK Worldwide. It then say CK17FX. My Lincoln, which I'm so used to, it's a Magnum. Most of Lincoln's torches, whether it's a TIG torch or a MIG torch, they're called Magnum. So this is a Magnum. What is that? A PTA 17F. The F is for flex. It's a flex head. I've never had a problem with this torch at all. Never. I use a gas lens on it, which reminds me I'm gonna have to go out and buy a gas lens for my CK. It just gives you better coverage. Since I was using so much on argon in the first place, I figured I'd at least cover my puddle a little bit better. But a gas lens looks like that. Really, really big. It has a screen mesh in here where your argon comes out and just flows out over your puddle, keeping your puddle cleaner. Whereas if you don't use that, you just have just really like a little small. Let's see if I can find it in here. Let me put this back on. Well, I'll set it here for now. Let's see what I can find. See what I have in here. just while I have it in my hand. This is regulator. So it has a floating ball. When you turn your argon on, your ball will float, and it'll give you your CFM. This has LPM, but it has CFM out here also. As far as your argon, if you wanted it at 15 or 10 or 5, whatever it is, you set it with this. It's nice. All right, that's that. All right. I'll get back to this in just a minute. I'm getting excited, but I gotta remember where I am. Oh man. Okay, so just to show you guys what I was talking about. With the Lincoln, the Lincoln came with this gas fitting. So there's little small holes going around the perimeter of this, little tiny holes. Your tungsten will be coming through the center hole, and so when you're welding, your torch will be inside of one of these like pink fittings. So it will be inside of there, and as you're welding, your gas will be coming out of these little holes, going through here and covering your puddle. But with the Lincoln, and as you can see, these are really narrow compared to that. So this, with the gas lens on it, just gives you much better coverage than the other just a regular lens. So it looks like that, has screen mesh in there, and just pushes argon out. This covers over it to kind of direct it. So I'm going to have to get a gas lens for that one now. I didn't think about it, but that's fine. Not a problem. And I may even weld with it initially without the gas lens, just to see how I like it. Since I can control all of my post flows and pre flows, I might just, I don't know, I might get a new one. I might not. All right, so that's the torch. Wow, it's nice. Really, really, really nice. With that, I'm gonna take this. Wow. It came with the short one and 2 long ones. I don't know why. I don't know if they made a mistake. I wish this was the medium size, but it's okay. I'll get a medium size. I'll take it. Because I have broken these before. When my torch dropped on the floor, I broke one, so it'll come in handy. And it has instructions in here. And it also comes with 2 3/32 tungsten pieces of tungsten. One is a purple, which I use all the time, and one is looks like it's kind of maroon or dark red. So I'll see what that dark red is all about. We got that. And excellent power ground clamp. Excellent. It came with the MIG 210. I mean, when you clamp on with these, they stay. They don't move. They do not move. They're hard as anything to squeeze when you first get them, because you got to kind of break that spring in. But once they clamp onto something, it's not going anywhere. So these are really nice. So you got this. Then that flow meter is really nice. This is if I want to go 120, I will connect this to the cable that's on there now, and I can plug it into a 120 outlet, probably like a, I don't know, 20 amp outlet. But I normally just go with the 240. I don't even mess around with this anymore. That Lincoln 140 uses the 120 volts, and I think it's 20 amps somewhere in there. I don't even mess around with that. So this will stay in the box. I won't even use this. So this is the ground clamp. Like I said, it's really nice and heavy. And then this is the comes with the stick welder, which also the Lincoln comes with the stick welder as well. Same thing. I rarely stick weld, but I'll probably be just doing some just to play around. This is for the gas line, going from the back of the welder to the to this guy, the regulator. And this is the pedal. This is the pedal. Oh, that's smooth. That's really smooth. That compared to the Lincoln. It's smooth too, make a little bit of noise right now, but it's smooth when it's on the ground. So I'm going from this to this. Alright, what else do we have here? This is a cover for the torch. The torch has this red line on it, but this will cover that torch line. It's a really tough outer shield. It's basically just a shield that covers that line. It has a zipper on it, so you unzip it, put it all around the red line, then you zip it back up, and it protects it, from the floor, from being stepped on, and all that stuff. And then lastly, which is really cool, the Lincoln doesn't have this. This is the finger control. This is cool. So this goes on your torch, and when you're welding, so to be on my torch, I can use however I want to use my finger, my thumb, while I have the torch in my hand. I'm welding, and I'm controlling the arc with this switch, finger control. And normally with the Lincoln doesn't have this on. I could buy it separately, but the thing is with when I'm welding one of our big outdoor sculptures, and I'm welding, say the base is I don't know, 12 inches tall, and it's down here. The sculpture is up here. I'm down on the ground when I'm taking it. I'm laying on my side, on my back or whatever. I can't get my feet to the control pedal. My wife will be sitting there with her foot on the control pedal, and I will say, you know, give me start the arc. So she'll give me a light start. She'll put her foot on the pedal and just to light the arc. And then I'll tell her to give me a little bit more pedal. She'll give me a little bit more pedal. I can see the puddle starting to form. And I'll tell her to give me all the pedal. She'll push it all the way down. Say if I'm at 100 amps, I'll tell her to give me all 100 amps. She'll push it, and then I'll start moving. I'll start dipping and moving, which is good. I like doing it. It works well. But if she can't be here one day, and because normally I have the piece propped against the table, strapped to the table, sitting on the base somehow just to keep it from moving. If she can't be here one day, what I can do is just set my amps to say 100. But when I hit that finger control, it's going to go 100 right away. I don't have that. As far as I know, I have to how to read the manual to see if I have any ramp up to it. Maybe be to set it in the controls on the welder. This is my start amps, peak amps, which I'll imagine. So with my start amps, my peak amps, I should be able to control that, which would be even better. But I wouldn't have to have a second person here. Like if she has to do something else, or she's working on the project, whatever, she can't do it, I can just do it with my thumb. I don't have to worry about trying to find a pedal with my feet if I'm down there on my back or something. So that's how that comes into play, that finger or thumb control. So that's pretty much what's in the package. I really like it, just what I see. I really like this torch. I love this thumb control. This pedal is really smooth. I like the regulator. I have the same regulator on my other Weldpro, but on my other two welders I have they're side by side, and you have the control on the front where you can control your argon up and down, or on these I have 75-25. But I like the regulator. I just like it. I love this front panel. Just nice. And I like the fact that I have proof already that they're good welders, because I have had nothing but success with the other Weldpro. Alright guys, so that's the unboxing of it. So what I'll do, I assume the next video I will have it all hooked up, have it plugged in, and then we'll fire it up, and I just run a couple beads just to see what I think and how I feel about it. I think it's too late to take it back to the store now if I don't like it, so I'm gonna have to keep it because I waited so long. But knowing them guys, they'll if I don't like it, they'll still let me bring it back. They gave me an excellent deal on it. Can't beat the deal. I paid at the price of that water right there right now at $24.99, I could buy 3 of these for the price they sold it to me for. Can't beat it. So it's nothing but a win-win for me. So, and if I start using it and I don't like it, I'll just let my wife use it, and I'll go back to the Lincoln. I'll just have to suck up the suck up of the argon. I just pay for it. But I'm almost 100% sure I'm gonna love this one too. So I'll probably, like I say, one day I'll be using this one, the next day I might go back to that one, and I don't know. We'll see. But okay, guys, that's the video. Again, this is the Weldpro Tig AC/DC 200 GD. All right, guys, you guys have a blessed day, and get out there and make something, weld something, do something. Just get out there and burn something. All right, guys, I will talk to you on the next video. Peace out.